Part 80. Path to Heaven. Author, Wu Ziyi. Chapter 796. Chapter 796 Murderous Intention. Buddha Nature Holy Fruit. Is this important for this person? I am willing to change with supreme secret techniques Jiao. Almost all of the cultivators in the field stopped the Jiao on hand, and the heavy material thrown by Wei Suo once again shocked the audience. In general, whether it is a strong great treasure rogue cultivator or a sect cultivator, it is impossible to come up with Jo easy except for the inheritor or Deo companion. Because a supreme strong shapeshift great art is as powerful as the immortal artifact for shapegress great art estimates, a supreme strong shapeshift great art can even be the root of a strong great treasure cultivator establishing a sect, who I don't want others to get supreme strong shapeshift great art to compete with myself and even threaten their existence. Supreme secret techniques, no one is not tempted, all people ask themselves, even the purple Yang Palace, the wide shapeshift great art, and some of the cultivators of heavenly Emperor Deo, they also feel that if they have Buddha nature holy fruit, they must I can't help but go forward with Wei Suo Qiao. But the key is that Buddha nature holy fruit, the great antiquity sacred fruit, is not only extremely rare, but also very unpopular. It is not a material that can refine the strong treasure and enhance the cultivation foundation and life essence. Many people will dig into the mine to collect. Many cultivators even think that this kind of thing is useless at all, and it is optional. There are also some younger generations and some less well-known cultivators, and even have never heard of such great antiquity sacred fruit. Who has Buddha nature holy fruit? The cultivator present couldn't help but look around. He has Buddha nature holy fruit. One look was dull, there was no green cultivator on the face, and spiritual chi was not visible on the face, and went to Wei Suo. Ziqiao loose practitioner, this is also a sly character. It is said that many golden core cultivators have been killed. Many people recognize the identity of this cultivator. The loose practitioner's whereabouts are very secret places. It is said that it is not a general golden core cultivator, and there may be an extraordinary strong shapeshift great art. You have Buddha nature holy fruit. Wei Suo, who looks like an old dragon, looks at the loose practitioner, who is walking towards him. His eyes are bright. But in reality, there is no special surprise in his heart, because Ling Longtian has sound transmission to his ear, and there is no Buddha nature holy fruit in the treasure receiving pocket of Xian loose practitioner. I don't have a ready-made Buddha nature holy fruit, but I know the exact news about Buddha nature holy fruit. There is nothing on the face of the loose practitioner, looking at Wei Suo. Do you really know where there is Buddha nature holy fruit? Wei Suo's ignited a candle-like brilliance on his fingers. This is a shapeshift great art that detects the change of the other's breath and thus perceives whether the other party is telling a lie or a truth. This kind of shapeshift great art is also extremely rare. This person actually has this kind of shapeshift great art. This kind of shapeshift great art is not a panacea. There are many ways to deceive this kind of shapeshift great art's exploration. It can only be used as a means of assisting judgment. Many cultivators are degraded because of the whole letter shapeshift great art. So many of these shapeshift great art are lost. Many old antiques have seen what Wei Suo is about shapeshift great art. I do know where there is Buddha nature holy fruit. Seeing that Wei Suo's hands were burning like a candle, the look of loose practitioner was still unchanged, nodded. Wei Suo's brilliance on his fingers did not change at all. Can you take Buddha nature holy fruit? If you can get it, I will pass you directly to supreme strong shapeshift great art, which can constantly temper the fleshly body. My fleshly body is tempered by this shapeshift great art. Wei Suo's eyes are shining, and this person is likely to say the truth, so he continues to throw heavy weight. The tempering fleshly body of shapeshift great art. This person's fleshly body is comparable to mystic rank heavy great treasure. This secret place technique is indeed supreme strong shapeshift great art. Hearing Wei Suo, the entire great treasure meeting suddenly blew a hurricane. Wei Suo void walking footwork with the powerful fleshly body's close-knit power, the live great treasure semi-cultivator, but they all saw it. The loose practitioner, which has always been very dull, is also obviously shocked. The supreme strong shapeshift great art, which has a fleshly body, has a great treasure for any cultivator, and even divine mystic great treasure can't be tempted. I just know which sect's secret place the Buddha nature holy fruit grew in, and I didn't have it with shapeshift great art Xian loose practitioner sound transmission to Wei Suo. Would it be easy for me and that sect Xiao? Wei Suo thought of the movement and thought of the achievement and virtue section. He glanced at the loose practitioner, saying with sound transmission, if that's the case, it's just a message, not worth a supreme strong shapeshift great art. I will give you the most. A piece of material that can be used to refine the level 9 monster beast of mystic rank shapeshift great art great treasure. Artifact refinement material on level 9 monster beast, can you let me see? Zikiao loose practitioner hesitated a little and said. Wei Suo also had no nonsense. He took out a pair of great treasure pliers with ancient desolate giant scorpion on his body. A strong baleful aura belonging to the top grade ancient desolate was spread out. Pang great treasure many times the giant tongs look very heavy, like two hills. This pair of things is the material of the real level 9 monster beast, which can be used to make a set of shapeshift great art great treasure. I am afraid that if you don't match other materials, it is possible to refit into the shapeshift great art great treasure of mystic level mid-level. Throughout the cultivation world, the shapeshift great art great treasure above Dao rank has been very rare, and the release of Wei Suo has made many people extremely hot. I accept this condition. Zikiao loose practitioner looked flickered for a moment, no longer hesitated, nodded to Wei Suo. Then please ask Su sect master and sect master Wang to be a witness. If this fellow Daoist tells me that the news about Buddha nature holy fruit is not true, please ask sect master and sect master Wang to take the initiative. Fellow Daoist, you leave me alone with no record of the shapeshift great art imitation. Wei Suo directly pointed a pair of great treasure pliers to the loose practitioner and turned to look at Su Shengxiu and Wang Wuyi. Fine. Fellow Daoist Wei, since it is my great transformation alliance, this Jiao is easy to complete at the league. If the westward fellow Daoist said that there is a fake, then heaven transformation cult will surely let the fellow Daoist double the price. Su Shengxiu nodded and said. If there is a holiday, I will help you personally ask about it. Wang Wui's divine light shapeshift great art still has no table lust, but it is also said by surging sound. The news given below is definitely not fake. Zikiao loose practitioner sneered at a surging sound, reached out and took out a strange white amber bead, hit a splendid light and went in front of Wei Suo's achievement and virtue sect 7 great treasure secret place. As soon as the thing arrived in Wei Suo's hands, Wei Suo divine consciousness swept away and suddenly took a deep breath, and he immediately picked up the white amber beads. It was surprisingly consistent with his previous judgments. In addition to these 7 words, the note by the loose practitioner called the achievement and virtue section terrain and naked body orientation among the entire sect of the achievement and virtue section. According to the records of the loose practitioner, the 7 great treasure secret place is a former spiritual treasure of the achievement and virtue section. It was planted with a lot of spiritual yao, and later classified as a forbidden place. Only the achievement and virtue section great treasure characters can enter. In one message, I exchanged something for an equivalent to mystic level mid-level shapeshift great art great treasure. Seeing that this jiao is easy to complete, many cultivators are in the heart like cats, and they are extremely fascinated by loose practitioner. I also have a piece of artifact refinement material of the same order. I don't know if fellow Daoist can provide something to improve life essence. Wei Suo went on hot iron and continued. I have a phoenix blood golden grass. A fascinating middle-aged cultivator came forward and couldn't stop the mystic rank shapeshift great art great treasure. I am very interested in this phoenix blood golden grass. If the fellow Daoist can be transferred to me, I am willing to use this great treasure. Jiao, an old man in Chinese costume, suddenly came forward, and he directly pointed out a shapeshift great art great treasure. This pair of bird-like shapeshift great art great treasure makes the surrounding cultivator a sigh of relief, Because this P-shift great art great treasure is extremely turbulent, and it is a real mystic rank middle. Grade shapeshift great art great treasure. Such a grade of shapeshift great art great treasure is naturally more tempting than an artifact refinement material. A phoenix blood golden grass can enhance Wei Suo's 30-year life essence. The old man in the Chinese costumes used a real mystic rank middle grade shapeshift great art great treasure to change. If it is normal, it is crazy. Now he is doing shapeshift great art, it is already for Chi Suo 1 Yuo, and it is completely unconcealed than the old man of the wide shapeshift great art. It is just a jiao for the great treasure meeting, officially indicating to kill Suo that killing the first person in intent. This fellow deist, who are you, what are the great treasures of me and you? Wei Suo looked at the old man with a slight squint. The old man wore a quaint white Yunjin gorgeous shapeshift great art dress with a 9-color deer pattern, leaving a long beard. Head and long beard are snow white but white, golden core 4th layers cultivation base, full of dignity breath, looks very extraordinary. Song Wu is my eldest son. The old man in this Chinese costume was unusually cold, and did not hide the killing intent in his eyes. Who is Song Wu? Wei Suo is a bit strange. He doesn't remember how he has a relationship with such a person. He and Lin Taixu and others were killed by you outside Netherworld City. The old man in the 9-color deer pattern is even more chilly. This is actually involved in one. Wei Suo couldn't help but shook his head. At that time, he killed more than 10 golden core cultivators in one breath, except for Lin Taixu and 2 or 3 of them, Mystic Wind Sect Old Antique, and one of them, the cultivator of the Fearless Heavenly Palace. In addition, the rest of the golden core cultivator identity, he did not know. Dead old man, it seems that there are a lot of gangs who will kill you this time. Ling Longtian sneered at the Wei Suo sound transmission. This old man seems to be not with the group of heaven-catching reverend. There are at least 5 or 6 cultivators that are closer to this old man. Do you want to kill me for revenge? Wei Suo did not move the surging sound color, and put on a pair of sturdy, watching the old man sternly shouted. You are a person of the Great Transformation Alliance, and you can't kill you. I just follow the normal routine jiao easy. The old man in the Chinese costume sneered a surging sound, and changed the phoenix blood golden grass with his bird-like shapeshift great art great treasure jiao. I must not let you off. Wei Suo's face changed a bit, murderous aura skyrocketing, seems to want to start, but finally hold back, said to the old man in Huafu. That depends on how long you can live. The Chinese costume veteran responded with a sneer. I know there is a secret place, and there is a water attribute monster beast of level 8 mid-level at this time. Xuanhuan old ancestor came up and confronted Wei Suo with surging sound. I want to use this message to change your material that can refine mystic rank shapeshift great art great treasure. Xuanhuan old ancestor didn't know Wei Suo's at all, but his heart was even more suspicious, because he was completely in accordance with Wei Suo's instructions, and was sternly shouted with the old man. Wei Suo has quietly transmitted the sound to him. Level 8 mid-level water attribute monster beast. As long as it is true, I can naturally use it for jiao. Wei Suo immediately looked at Xuanhuan old ancestor. Under the entire Sea Immortal Sect guarantee, you can also ask for Sect Master and Sect Master Wang. Xuanhuan old ancestor directly hit a piece of khaki stone and hit Wei Suo. Alright, Wei Suo divine consciousness swept away the tail of the giant desolate giant scorpion, and gave it to Xuanhuan old ancestor. So Sect Master Wang, in the next battle the battle is 2 great treasure, want to leave the closed door cultivation first, I wonder if it is. Immediately, Wei Suo immediately looked at Su Shengxiu and Wang Wei and made such a proposal. Good. Su Shengxiu had no nonsense and nodded. A Heaven Transformation Cult disciple came forward and took Wei Suo and others directly out of Heaven Transformation Cult and sent it to the top of the Heaven Transformation Cult. A lot of people have come out. These guys are really unmasked. Soon after flying away from the White Yutai, Ling Longtian sneered at the sound transmission. There are a lot of splendid light surges in the back of the sea of clouds. It is obvious that many cultivators have also left and followed in various ways. Path to Heaven. Author, Wu Ziyi. Chapter 797. Chapter 797 to Hibernation Gas C. Chapter 797 to Hibernation Gas C. Hong. Ling Longtian's sneer has just sounded. In front of the white U platform in the sea of clouds, there is a red light shining on the sky, and then it is turned into several different colors of flame light, scattered, and can be seen in hundreds of miles. I will do it. This is the flame used to deliver the message. Directly cast this kind of flame in such a place, it is clear that you want to arrange to deal with us, have not left the door outside the heaven transformation cult, do it directly, is it not afraid to violate the majesty of heaven transformation cult? Green-robed old man suddenly made a wow great treasure. Husband, what are you going to do next? Yin Li into the current appearance, but Wei Suo at the moment the old I faint hua senility, or let her feel that can't say shocking, these cultivator are cultivation base high absolute character, in addition to Sushengshu and heaven transformat ion cult some of the bottom of the old antique level characters, heaven transformation cult the rest of the cultivator cannot cope with them, as long as they do not publicly, heaven transformation cult could not have dealt with them. Chi. Just between Yin Liwa's speech, another green flame hit the sky and blasted at high altitude to form a green cobra with a giant treasure. It didn't know what it was meant to be. It looked very embarrassing. Terrible. Nature is to find a suitable place to kill them. Ling Longtian grinds his teeth and speaks with sound transmission. This great treasure, the total number of golden core cultivator will be their great treasure half cloud spirit great treasure the sect core the sum of the number of cultivator, many heaven's dome outside the golden core cultivator, rogue cultivator in the grade of the treasure cultivator of the hidden world, much had been thought to have been after the fall of the old antique have come, body also has a lot of Ling Longtian useful essence metal, but Wei Suo but there is no jiao easy to, this. Let Ling Longtian is also extremely uncomfortable. Be sure to do it first, otherwise you are not able to stop these people. Wei Suo slightly flickered for a moment directly casts the void walking footwork, which drives Yin Liwa, Ling Longtian, and the like a puppet. It is just a decoration, almost nothing, just think that the secret place is very bad. The old man of Black Wind sect, with amazing degrees, left the area of Weixianken. After continuing to display the void walking footwork and leaving the Sky City for 1,000 miles, I was sure that after a time no one could keep up. Wei Suo asked about Ling Longtian primordial beginning divine wood and heaven catching reverend, steel teeth younger sister, what is the impact of the divine root of primordial beginning divine wood on the heaven transformation called primordial beginning divine wood? How many people do you use for divine root? Heaven catching reverend is now dead or alive. Can you hide a living cultivator in your sleeve? It's just how long it takes for primordial beginning divine wood to grow a similar divine root. A mention of primordial beginning divine wood, Ling Longtian again became vivid, elated. I took enough for 2 people with the divine root, my shapeshift great art clothing sleeve inside, but there was no shapeshift great art pretending to be alive, the living load now estimated also dead, that fellow is also your enemy, help you to remove an enemy, also by the way help you nong a divine root, how? I to you good, you still think about, with what to repay me. Otherwise, I would rather leave the divine root to the dog and not give it to you. Mom. Dead steel teeth younger sister, do you know that you are not a good nong, it will kill us all. Not to mention that we may not be able to escape heaven transformation cult, even Jia in Yin Corp sect and the entire Yin Corp sect are involved. Wei Suo's fire didn't hit a secret place. In the heaven transformation cult, he couldn't help but want to lick the long-horned little girl on the head. What is the difference? The tree seems beautiful in a forest, but is easily toppled by the wind. Whether it is my success or not, there are countless people who have to deal with you. In the age of sorrow, guys like you have all stood out and become the enemy of the world's great treasure. It is sad. Ling Longtian was very disapproving and snorted. I think you are still careful, think about where to start, and solve some of the embarrassing roles you have to deal with. Maybe Heaven Transformation Cult and Huang Tianyi will both deal with you. Otherwise, even if others don't give you what you want, you are at least the pillar of Heaven Transformation Cult, and Sushenxu will at least give you something that will not let you fall. It seems that these two do not want to have and can stand up against them, and may even exist than those who are powerful. The tree seems beautiful in a forest, but is easily toppled by the wind. Wei Suo took a deep breath. In this sentence, the white ancient heavenly dragon has reminded him that at this moment, he heard it again in this situation, and there are many more feelings. A very great treasure is now in the world, and will surely suffer from the killing of countless people. Repairing the world in this way, green-robed old man said, if you want to not be chased, you will only be chilled by people who want to greet you. Kid, she said, it is not bad, you will face this situation sooner or later. Just the amount of cultivator that is going to kill you this time is definitely amazing, and you have to be careful. Mom, these guys are really deceiving too much. I don't want to spend a period of time to calm down, Wei Suo screamed in a depressed voice, and when he blinked, he thought about where to deal with the characters, and continued to ask Ling Longtian. Since you have already asked for great treasure, don't take it, why not take a few more? Divine root, why only take 2 people? Do you think that the divine root of this primordial beginning divine wood is your head? Can you cut it casually? Ling Longtian said, the strain of primordial beginning divine wood was originally a transplant of dead wood. I don't know which ancient ruin to move in. I will die if I cut it. If you die directly, Sushenxu is now you do, even if he didn't want to deal with you, there might not be any room for maneuver. Also, do you think this divine root is also available to anyone? Among us so many people, only you and my Ro can use this divine root, even Sushenxu's Ro body is not expected. With this divine root, do you need a strong great treasure to be the ultimate Ro? Wei Suo's brow suddenly wrinkled. When the divine root was first implanted in the niche, the great treasure would absorb the qi and blood and Ro body essences. The general Ro body could not bear it. Ling Longtian continues to mutter, the general cultivator is estimated to have at least divine mystic third layer to be implanted in this divine root. After implantation in the naked body, there are no other side effects. Wei Suo is a bit worried that this kind of thing is like a bloodsucker. Just like implanting an inexhaustible golden core in the naked body, what are the unfavorable side effects? Can I still fight for it? Ling Longtian contemptuously said. Steel teeth younger sister, don't see you so wily, old Jian big cunning ah. Not yet learned from you, what you are now is the real old quotient. Are you guys of this Black Wind sect ready to take with you? Not too troublesome. If you let him go alone at this moment, it is likely to cause people suspicions, and then doubt you. In Heaven Transformation Cult sect, in addition to stealing this divine root, there is nothing else to do with other scars. Heaven Transformation Cult's restrictions are so many, cultivator is going to die, I dare to run 1 yuan. It seems that your gray bracelet can offset the force of the cultivator shapeshift great art, but it also consumes your origin chi. A bunch of people are banging you, and you may not be able to support it. If you want to deal with this group of people who come out from great treasure, you still can't rely on it. Dead old business, you don't want to listen to my hidden secret place, you still have to think about it, find a place to save your life. I tell you, if I am in the place where the light treasure is bright, I am afraid that it will be suspected by the people of Heaven Transformation Cult, who are sneak into their mountain gates. I have already thought about the place, just go straight. I have already thought about it, where is it? Don't you go back to Yin Corp sect first? When Yin Suo and Ling Longtian heard about this secret place, Yin Liwa couldn't help but ask. This group of people should not let us go back to Yin Corp section. If we return to Yin Corp sect, they will have no chance. Wei Suo looked at Yin Liwa and said, Gee yeah, they know that I have a great treasure on my hands, heavenly dragon blood fossils. I heard my old age leave, and with their understanding of me, I know that I was deliberately pretending. I will definitely speculate. Out of my intentions, I will not act rashly. After explaining the sentence, Wei Suo sneered a surging sound. Let's pretend to go to hibernation gas sea. They would think that we are going to the hibernation gas sea to hunt the level 8 water attribute monster beast by Xuanhuan old ancestor. Hibernation gas sea. Yin Liwa immediately understood the meaning of Wei Suo's when he heard these three words. From the hibernation gas sea to the secret place, it is full of suffocating, and it can be hidden by nature. Ling Longtian is there to be the best. And Wei Suo knew the place where a giant python was. Just in the past, shapeshift great art took the giant monster core. Xuanhuan old ancestor is turning 2 merchant ships and another secret place in the hibernation gas sea, Wei Suo added. The actions of this group of people are really fast. I am afraid that people can't help but feel at any time. After Wei Suo and Yin Liwa, Ling Longtian and green-robed old man negotiated, they used void-walking footwork to rush to the city of Huachan, which was separated from Huaxianken. It's going to go back to Yin Corp's sect first, but only after 2 cities, and the shapeshift great art array in the city has been smashed. Obviously there is already a lot of power, and Bai Wei Suo and others are rushing in the wilderness between the cities and towns, and shapeshift great art ambushes Wei Suo. As soon as Wei Suo expected, he immediately showed the void-walking footwork and rushed to the direction of the hibernation gas sea. He did not return the heavenly dragon blood fossils to the life essence, but continued to understand the primordial beginning to Ling Longtian. The details of divine wood are ready for implantation. At the same time, in determining the unsecured secret place, he also released the already awakened mind-devouring bug. This advanced step, what kind of change has the strength produced? Wei Suo immediately communicated with his home-based travel, the greed of the great treasure, the mind-devouring bug. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Path to Heaven. Author, Wu Zy. Chapter 798. Chapter 798 Complete Life Shapeshift Great Art Great Treasure. The invisible mind-devouring bug is quietly suspended in front of Wei Suo's. At the moment Black Wind Sect, the poor old man, has been dizzy by Wei Suo Nang. The mind-devouring bug was not molding, and its naked body type did not have any great treasure changes. Wei Suo eyes bright look at his great treasure mind-devouring bug place. The heart is hot. Tell the truth, he dared deliberately pretended to life essence exhaustion. No shapeshift great art at random she exhibition, a lot of want to deal with his cultivator bait. The most great treasure rely on is not his void walking footwork and indestructible clean bottle, but this head mind devouring ng bugs and Ling Longtian the steel teeth younger sister with a long angle on the head. The power of his void walking footwork and indestructible clean bottle and no beginning sword scripture has been unveiled, and the cultivator dare to come and kill. Certainly, like the previous Huangpujualun and Yufeng Reverend, there will be means for seeing. Those who exist at the level of old antique and old devil do not know what damned thing they have. On their own words, Wei Suo has no confidence. Ling Longtian not only can resist divine mystic powerful energy, and can almost break everything shapeshift great art restrictions, and her escape is also very fast. If she hit up to sneak up on the assassination, regardless of these old antique and old devil have what unimaginable damned thing, unless fleshly body power and she and Wei Suo as amazing, otherwise did not do shapeshift great art resist her blow, like sky sword sect demon mark ominous vain old man, can only be killed by her butt. As for mind devouring bug, the hibernation gas sea is filled with water and it is full of white fog. It is just like a duck. Even with the strength of mind-devouring bug, I am afraid that except for the golden core, the above 3 layers of great the treasure cultivator, the general golden core cultivator, did not run shapeshift great art at all to resist its sneak attack. Ling Longtian and mind-devouring bug are the 2 most precious treasure boxes at the bottom of the box. Others, even the annihilation golden core, are placed behind these two ultimate weapons. Can you fly directly? If you can fly, fly one and show it to me. Wei Suo, whose eyes are bright, passed on such a mind-to-mind devouring bug. If the mind-devouring bug is not just a suspension, it can be an amazing fly, it is really a level weapon. However, mind-devouring bug only swayed twice, without the response of great treasure, apparently without the ability to advance. Is that divine consciousness shock and divine consciousness control become amazing, NG1 to show me, a heartfelt thought like Wei Suo passed, and a surging sound of, a divine consciousness shock of mind-devouring bug, directly hit Wei Suo's. Mind-devouring bug's divine consciousness shock seems to be a little stronger than before, but it seems that the level of the golden core second layer can be stayed for a while, and it is estimated that the cultivator above the golden core third layer is not threatened. Wei Suo now faces the opponent, using secret place and not great treasure. Is that advanced attacking shapeshift great art, NG1, I will show it to me, but don't hit me. The level of hidden breath is higher than before, and no one will show me. Is there other water rafts besides the bandits? Wei Suo's temptations one by one, but what makes him depressed is that mind-devouring bug is not significantly advanced in these areas. What does this mean? Do you want to bully the ancestors and kill your master? Wei Suo was depressed and called a surging sound, because after a while, mind-devouring bug seemed helpless. He felt that the shapeshift great art was not clearly expressed. He approached Wei Suo by and contacted Wei Suo's unique mind. It is what makes Wei Suo feel like it is going to be close to himself. Although Wei Suo called a surging sound, she knew that mind-devouring bug only wanted to show her new level of ability, so she was not nervous, but looked forward to it. But what makes Wei Suo very strange is that this great treasure, the mind-devouring bug, came to him, but he was posing in front of him, not attacking him, just a sloppy look. Is it really necessary to let yourself fight it? Wei Suo hesitated and couldn't help but pop up a cyan water blade. A surging sound of, like a sudden appearance of a group of things in the air, mind-devouring bug was hit in the part, suddenly a wound, pouring green, silver, black, like a variety of liquids like miso naked body. No, do you want to commit suicide? Wei Suo's eyes suddenly bulged, and a surging sound screamed. Na green-robed old man is also incredibly called. Although Wei Suo's current cultivation base, Wei Suo started as a small class in the Spirit Peak City when the small grade of shapeshift great art, the power is also Ting great treasure, but it is certain that, in normal times, it is absolutely impossible to break the defense of mind-devouring bug and make such a wound on mind-devouring bug. Can make such a wound, there is only one possibility, that is, this mind-devouring bug spreads the monsters themselves, without any resistance, leaving only the most basic defense of the epidermis. This. But Wei Suo and green-robed old man are instantly stunned. This cyan water blade seems to hurt the mind-devouring bug, at least equivalent to a normal person being smashed on his stomach. It looks like a knife, but at this moment, the wound is very long, and it looks very strange in the air. Immediately, Wei Suo felt the hunger that mind-devouring bug wanted to eat. Na, is this mind-devouring bug now able to grow well soon after being injured? Wei Suo couldn't help but screamed. Great treasure is amazing, Ling Longtian snorted and grinned. This kind of soft naked body monster beast can advance the fast recovering monster beast great treasure. What is unusual? So, is that true? Wei Suo has made a move towards mind-devouring bug if he is really quick recovering. As a result, mind-devouring bug seemed to understand his thoughts on shapeshift great art and approached him. It seems that it is an advanced ability to recover quickly, just to take the brain, and the exact chi to get the origin chi is used to repair the naked body. Wei Suo was slightly yin and felt it. Isn't that mean to this mind-devouring bug is also like the root of primordial beginning divine root? Green-robed old man squinted and couldn't help but say such a sentence. He is also very clear, it is very difficult to hurt mind-devouring bug in peacetime, and the injury can be quickly restored. In his mind, there is such a picture: Wei Suo and Ling Longtian, mind-devouring bug and a great treasure heap cultivator. As a result, Wei Suo and Ling Longtian and mind-devouring bug are all like supreme. Like shapeshift great art, the naked body is ragged and good, and it's ragged and good. This picture made him feel awkward. I don't think it's an advanced ability. Wei Suo couldn't help but roll one's eyes. Obviously he thought of this too. Steel teeth younger sister, take out the body of heaven catching reverend. Because anyway, the golden core of heaven catching reverend is also being refined into the annihilation golden core. At this moment, mind-devouring bug has to supplement origin chi by eating, so Wei Suo asked Ling Longtian to take out the body of heaven catching reverend. Ling Longtian just chattered heart cattery reverend with heart arteries, so after Wei Suo took out the golden core of heaven catching reverend, let mind-devouring bug go for self-sufficiency. To this heaven catching reverend Wei Suo is also very silent, extreme pleasure on the line, palace heaven is catching base want to nong dead him, the result was he annihilation golden core blew up, now Wei Suo have fled to cloud, spirit continent, said heaven catching, and he also has nothing special great treasure enmity. The result of this heaven catching reverend incredibly still not give up, even immortal king god crystal such great treasure bay all thrown out, want to put him to death. No, I think I lost my own. After taking out the golden core of heaven catching reverend, Wei Suo didn't rush to refine the annihilation golden core. Instead, he took out the heaven catching reverend's treasure receiving pocket and saw what was good. Heaven catching reverend is a long established old devil character who has been on the cultivation base of the golden core third layer for a long time. It is sure that the collection is extremely rich, otherwise it is impossible to have something like immortal king god crystal on hand. There are only a few things in heaven catching reverend's treasure receiving pocket. It seems that heaven catching reverend is not a habit of bringing everything to the body, but there are two things in this few things, but they are attracted at once. Lived the attention of Wei Suo and green-robed old man. One of them is a black jade talisman with a knife-shaped pattern on it. The black jade talisman is not bright, and there is no special terrifying breath, but it is very old and it is Wei Suo. People instantly feel a dangerous atmosphere. The other one is a white scroll, with a strong water spirit Yuan Qi. After unfolding the scroll, I saw a pattern of countless waters on the scroll, including the fish dragon turtle. A pattern of aquarium creatures. This thing seems to be the other half of heaven overflowing river scroll. Wei Suo and green-robed old man felt almost at the same time that the shapeshift great art array and breath on this piece were very similar to the Wei Suo's heaven overflowing river scroll. Boom. Without any hesitation, Wei Suo's secret place flashed and the heaven overflowing river scroll was sacrificed. Sure enough, the other half. Let Wei Suo immediately please to call out the surging sound is, heaven overflowing river scroll a present. He immediately felt heaven overflowing and river and this roll of white scroll, have since moved to aggregate together, the feeling of a combination, even heaven overflowing river scroll filling water chi, all to automatically flow to this scroll. It seems to be higher out of this volume of spirit energy, divided into this volume scroll. Wei Suo's heart was moving, and the two scrolls rolled out. The scroll from the heaven catching reverend treasure receiving pocket was overlaid on his heaven overflowing river scroll, as if it were hidden in his heaven overflowing river scroll. The two are combined into one. Boom. Heaven overflowing river scroll a violent shock, and the apparently powerful energy has increased a lot. No wonder heaven catching reverend at the time of extreme pleasure palace, secret place for you, he got the other half of this heaven overflowing river scroll. The two are combined into one, without any sacrifice. It is a true mystic rank pure water attribute shapeshift great art great treasure. Seeing this scene, green-robed old man suddenly reacted and called. Kid, your shapeshift great art great treasure now has a powerful energy that has crossed the mystic level mid-level. Heaven catching reverend, I really want to thank you. Wei Suo took a deep breath, and the heart is also very moving. For the complete heaven overflowing river scroll, for him, the powerful energy upgrade is still second. The most important thing is that water spirit Yuan Qi is a lot more powerful, using water emperor sun swallowing secrets, scouring the degree of cultivation, great treasure increase in range. This is another one. What is it? The eyes of Wei Suo and others gathered on the black jade talisman. Path to Heaven. Author, Wu Ziyi. Chapter 799. Chapter 799 is Chasing It. This piece of jade talisman is very similar to the shadowless divine blade talisman. Ling Longtian saw black jade talisman for a moment. Shenyan said. Shadowless divine blade talisman? What kind of talisman is it? Wei Suo looked at Ling Longtian, and with the grade of Ling Longtian, things that would normally make her pay attention would not be a low-end item. A talisman that cannot kill the surging sound, there is no scent of scent, the divine consciousness of the cultivator is not felt at all, without any surging sound. Can be used for assassinations in the city. Ling Longtian took black jade talisman in his hand and read it carefully, explaining. Is this talisman a scene shapeshift great art? What is powerful energy? Wei Suo and green-robed old man and Yin Liwa couldn't help but look at each other. The general cultivator will be slightly relieved in the city. If there are many people in the city, it is difficult to attack with this shapeshift great art. I feel it. This talisman is unique to sect called Mystic Shade Sect, and it is said that powerful energy can reach mystic rank. Ling Longtian threw black jade talisman to Wei Suo. In any case, you like the intercourse of this sinister thing. You can try it out and see if it is such a shapeshift great art. Is it a powerful energy that can reach mystic rank? Wei Suo suddenly some poor Joe air conditioning, to really such ancient talisman, heaven catching reverend if the extreme pleasure when the time has come, then to kill him but easy, even now, this kind of shapeshift great art cannot be too great treasure threat to him and the fleshly body of Ling Longtian, but it is very easy to assassinate the rest of the people around him. And he thinks that this film jade talisman is very likely to be the shadowless divine blade talisman, because Ling Longtian's knowledge has always been good, and heaven-catching reverend and others know that he has the means to kill Lin Taixu and others, and dare to deal with him publicly. I definitely have a lot of money on hand. It seems that it can't be taken lightly. For the sake of insurance, I will first implant the divine root of primordial beginning divine wood. The jade talisman on heaven-catching reverend made Wei Suo's thoughts rise in his mind. Originally, according to his original plan, it was the first batch of cultivators to be intercepted, and then the divine root of primordial beginning divine wood was implanted, which made it more deceptive, making other cultivators think that he had no shapeshift. Great art uses true UN and golden core powerful energy at will, and the life essence is more violent. But the thing in heaven catching reverend is that he doesn't think of other cultivators. The people of heaven catching reverend are all great treasures, maybe they are true martial sect or mystic wind section the great treasure cultivator hired, there may be a lot of amazing things. Among the 5 or 6 cultivators that seemed obvious at the time and the heaven catching reverend group, the lowest of the cultivation base was the cultivator of the golden core second layer late stage. Because it is now in the wilderness between the cities, Wei Suo wants to stop directly, just find a secret place, and then implant the divine root of primordial beginning divine wood. If my judgment is not wrong, we should have secret place in the surveillance of a certain force. In the case of heaven transformation cult and heavenly emperor Dao, it is more dangerous. If you want to implant divine root, you can solve this threat first. But when Wei Suo made this point to Ling Longtian said that Wei Suo had a surging sound transmission said. Wei Suo and Yin Liwa, green-robed old man and great treasure at the same time, what are you doing? Don't you realize that the number of black-winged flying ants along the way is somewhat? Ling Longtian looked at Wei Suo contemptuously and continued to say with sound transmission. And the level 2 low-grade monster beast, which is usually inhabited, is it so scattered? The kid, indeed, it seems that someone can control the great treasure, and our whereabouts have fallen into the hands of some people. Green-robed old man stayed for a while and said immediately. It seems to be a special kind of worm, and it is amazing to be able to slay so many black-winged ants. Wei Suo also reacted. At this moment, he used his shapeshift great art from true immortal divine mark to spill his divine consciousness. In the area, he has more than 10 such black ants. The presence. The black-winged ant has a small naked body type, only level 2 low grade, and there is no material suitable for artifact refinement. It basically stays in the wilderness, and there is no cultivator at all. The black-winged ant's cockroaches can't be compared with Wei Suo's Dong virtual surgery shapeshift great art, Wei Suo all the way. There are more than 10 such black flying ants scattered in the area, it must be someone's control. An amazing number of such bugs cover the thousands of wilderness between the entire city. Steel Teeth younger sister, you don't want to start, so that you don't have your divine ability. I will kill all the worms within 10 miles. Then we guarded the shapeshift great art and implanted the primordial beginning divine wood divine root. To be on the safe side, Wei Suo began to kill the low-grade monster beast within a 10-mile radius, while Yin Liwa also dug down the dong in a secret place. Because Wei Suo feels that no matter what kind of dong, it is his blessing, and in the underground, he can better avoid the exploration of cultivator. At the same time, Wei Suo is also preparing to offer the indestructible clean bottle, even Black copper powerful energy. With so many measures to prevent exploration, Wei Suo feels that it should be foolproof. But what they never thought of was that when Wei Suo handed a black-winged ant into a fly ash, the void above his head suddenly became dark, and a violent murderous aura suddenly spurted out. Kaka. The void above his head suddenly appeared a narrow transparent space crack. Immediately, an elliptical golden fruit-like splendid light suddenly appeared, and a great as mountain of the giant treasure of the power, instantly pushed Wei Suo down to sink. Pa! A dark golden sword light rushed out from the front of Wei Suo's, hitting the golden fruit, and was immediately shattered. Then, a white ancient heavenly dragon slamming into the sky, one ang, rushed up and was this golden fruit shattered instantly. Hong! Wei Suo stood still, and the silver divine light flashed and reached for a shot, smashing the golden fruit that had been offset by the great treasure half, and turned into countless golden streams. This is the result of shapeshift great art. It is dong to wear the void, attacking each other's mystic rank high-grade shapeshift great art. The surging sound of green-robed old man is called. Our whereabouts are already in the hands of some people. This person can use a certain shapeshift great art to lock your breath and use the shapeshift great art to traverse the void attack. Yin Liwa's face is a snow white but white, and this sudden shock makes her very nervous. It should be through these black-winged ants to lock my naked body orientation. I don't know who it is, but the means is really not ordinary. Wei Suo sneered at a surging sound and moved the void walking footwork. In the twinkling of an eye, the black-winged ants within a radius of 10 miles were killed. Mystic rank high grades shapeshift great art doesn't pose a threat to you logically speaking. This kind of strong great treasure shapeshift great art should be used to kill you when you are fully committed. No one will charge such a strong great treasure shapeshift great art. Yin Liwa saw Wei Suo killing the black-winged flying ants within a 10-mile radius and returned to her side. She couldn't help but say that the sound transmission was incomprehensible. If you don't expect it, this person should be tempted. After seeing that I am fully resisting this blow, life essence will be worn out again. Wei Suo reached out and took the indestructible clean bottle straight out. At the same time, mind-devouring bug, which had already consumed the brain of heaven-catching reverend, was shot at high altitude, and the sound was transmitted to the ears of Yin Liwa and others. This person should appear soon. See my lust situation. I only hope that this person is not clear about my mind-devouring bug, did not spread my hidden secret place of mind-devouring bug. Sure enough. Just a dozen breaths, at a distance of 2 to 30 miles above the Wei Suo, suddenly magnificent light flashes, a group of white light directly from the void. Immediately, a piece of peach-like peach color and gorgeous red glow, burst out, like chaos spread, instantly filled with nearly 100 miles around. Within the radius of 100 miles, as if you don't know how many thick yarns, you can only see the scenery within a few tens of feet with Wei Suo's eyesight. It is the star-shaped lotus platform, the transmission-type shape-shift great art great treasure guided by the direction of the stars in the sky. Dead liar, you don't have to use that divine mark black fragment. This shapeshift great artizer is the ancient virtual transport class shapeshift great art, which can only be used once. In the glory of the glory, Ling Longtian is facing the Wei Suo saying with sound transmission. These people seem to be directly involved, and there are so many people Wei Suo does not move the surging sound color, just quietly staying in place. This kind of rays do not know what kind of shapeshift great art great treasure G, although it can make it difficult to see the surrounding scenery, but there is no impediment to divine consciousness effect. He is now used from true immortal divine marks fairy voice shapeshift great art, the eyebrows inside if there is a golden god only standing, splashing divine consciousness, shrouded in a lofty range, the use of ancient great treasure direct transmission from the culti the Vatar senses. Clearly, there are more than a dozen cultivators in this transmission. The spiritual chi on the body is very amazing. It seems that at least the cultivator above the golden core second layer. After the arrival of these cultivators, there was no slight stop, and they immediately dispersed and came from all directions. One of the cultivators shot more than 1,000 white ancient flags in one breath. The more than 1,000 white ancient flags were turned into a stream of light, and in the sky, the surging sound of the bursting continued, and thousands of eyes appeared. Difficult blade-like transparent cracks. These white ancient flags can be involved in numerous space cracks, forming a strong great treasure array flag that blocks the great treasure array. These cultivators are all covered in various ways to cover their own body shape, face, and are either shapeshift great art great treasure to prevent divine consciousness exploration or shapeshift great art in the body, divine consciousness without shapeshift great art. There is nothing in the outside, and there is no shapeshift great art to judge the identity of these people. Nature sect master, 9 Li cult sect master, an old antique of Dongxiu mountain, dead scammers, this group of sect cultivators of your great transformation alliance, this group of people want to start with a strong, first to divide your body. Ling Longtian sneaked into the ear of Wei Suo etal, her eyes had an undetectable golden flash, but in this lust shape, all the cultivators from this batch were clearly seen. Path to Heaven. Author, Wu Zy. Chapter 800. Chapter 815 Cloud Spirit Shake, Dark. Wei Suo and many heavyweights, as well as the islands of the Minged, a young cultivator in a golden meditation stands in the air. This young cultivator face is square, the two eyebrows Mao is slightly thicker than the average person, making the person's face unable to say the pressure, the transparent crystal outside his body, forming a statue of up to 5 outside him. There are more than 3 Buddhas in the face, and the 3-faced Buddhas are each holding lotus hua, pinching out the handprints, scattered with clear Buddha light, and 3 faces, but they are calm, angry, and sly. Ming's younger brother, where are you secrete? A surging sound macro, the surging sound of the giant treasure, from this population, turned out to be a ray of light in the air, shock dang void. What is even more amazing is that this person's eyebrows shot a vermilion brilliance, sweeping in the void, and tens of thousands of feet. Obviously, this young cultivator in a golden vest is Mingning. Mingning was smashed into a floating soil by all kinds of shapeshift great art powerful energy. After searching for a while over the blood-stained island, he finally cooled his surging sound, magnificent light flashes, and disappeared. Over the island. A long time after Mingning left, there were cultivators appearing close to the island. These cultivator great treasures also hide their identity. Looking at the lust shape of the island, the bloody suffocating and residual shapeshift great art atmosphere within a few tens of miles around the island are all stunned and chilly. On the following day, One-on-one news of the heaven shaking kept coming out, causing Xuanhuan. Many powerful people tracked Wei Suo to the hibernation gas sea and wanted to kill Wei Suo and grab the great treasure, but all were killed. It is said that at least dozens of golden core great treasure cultivators fell in this battle, all of them were Wei Suo and others killed. What, killing dozens of golden core great treasure cultivators? Wei Suo, even if it is a real divine mystic cultivator, it is impossible to kill so many golden core great treasure cultivators, so many golden core great treasure cultivators. One person at the bottom of the box can kill divine mystic great treasure. This news is definitely true. A lot of sects went to the secret place to check out. The place was really like purgatory. Half of the islands were beaten. The secret place was the trace of the golden core great treasure cultivator. Xuanhuan Gu Xuanglao is said to have died in this battle. It is said that the sect master is also falling there. The few true disciples of the bad K-zone have become troubled and compete for the highest inheritance of the corrupt K-zone. In the end, the 3 disciples of K-zone killed several other disciples. I received the news that the spirit snake also seems to have a great treasure change, and changed the sect master. Purple Yang sect and the old folk of the shapeshift great art, did not return to sect after leaving heaven transformation cult great treasure. Did you even die in this battle? No sect admits that sect has a cultivator and went to hibernation gas sea to chase Wei Suo, but as more and more startling news bursts, the entire cloud spirit continent is completely shaken. Almost all sect, all the cultivator is exploring the truth, and more amazing news is being explored one by one. Small Yu Qingdong sect master is falling. The nature sect master is also down. 9 Li cult sect master, Wang Xingzong sect master. A lot of cultivators who participated in the heaven transformation cult great treasure meeting, but no trace of the next, is not difficult to find, and countless sects are pouring into the island of the battle. Many traces of cultivator are being verified. Many facts in almost the entire cloud spirit continent cultivator is exploring the truth of the lust. There is no shadow shift great art to cover up. Soon there were even a lot of sect messages, acknowledging that some of the heavyweights in sect were involved in the siege of Wei Suo and Degenerate, and claimed that it was the characters of those characters who had nothing to do with sect. The entire cloud spirit continent is completely shaken. Hibernation gas sea. The truth of this battle is all the cultivator imagination compared to the beginning. Even many people deliberately boast of the great treasure, boasting even more amazing, at least 60-70 great treasure cultivator fallen, especially the great treasure half cloud spirit continent life essence. The nearly exhausted old antique character, like the leeks of the vegetable garden, was cut again. This is definitely a catastrophe for the entire cloud spirit continent cultivation world. There are no old antique level characters to suppress, no old guys who will be robbing the great treasures. Maybe there will be more genius cultivators coming out. This may be a good thing. Cultivation world history, many times heaven after the war, there will be a lot of shocking characters coming out. The entire cloud spirit continent's cultivation world has to be reorganized. Many sex power comparisons will produce changes in the great treasure. Such a battle has not been seen for hundreds of years, and it must affect the entire process of cloud spirit continent cultivation world. Wei Suo, what kind of divine ability this person has, even if it is the real divine mystic great treasure, and facing so many heaven-shaking characters, it will be beaten again and again, and finally will not support it fallen. Numerous cultivators are talking and are wondering. The fact is that, Wei Suo and Ling Longtian battle strength are close to divine mystic, and both are fleshly body extremely strong, especially there is no beginning divine wood divine root in naked body. Otherwise, even if the change of 2 real divine mystic great treasure can, although must be able to kill countless golden core great treasure cultivator, but in the face of so many golden core great treasure cultivator desperately, face a lot of pressure at the bottom of things out of the lust shape, also must be falling. The encounter battle is completely different from this planned siege war. Divine mystic great treasure can only kill golden core great treasure cultivator, Killing a few golden core great treasure cultivator is just a little effort, but the number is too high. Many strong great treasure shapeshift great art great treasure, shapeshift great art suppressed lust condition underneath, it will cause a complete qualitative change. So for tens of thousands of years, there has never been a great treasure that can completely sweep the entire cultivation world. Divine mystic great treasure can only go down the world, but no shapeshift great art makes all cultivators squat. Husband, you are really ruined this time. While the entire cloud spirit continent was completely shaken, Wei Suo and Ji Yat and others had already met. Husband, this Ming cooperates with you, although he may get a great treasure good secret place, remove the strong enemy, become the true treasure of the achievement and virtue sect, and he is defeated by you, seeing no lust only then will you come to cooperate with you, but it will be suspicious to put all your life in your hands. The place where Wei Suo and Ji Ya met secretly was a city between Sea Immortal City and Yin Corp section. Now they are in a secret place in the city, and Mingd is in another secret place in the residence. After listening to Wei Suo's entire ins and outs of this battle, Nangong Yuking had some concerns and felt that Mingd was still doubtful. I have some doubts, so I met with you at this secret place. Before I talked with Liwa, I also used sound transmission. In order to be safe, I don't want this person to know our relationship with Sea Immortal section. Wei Suo nodded. But that Dao technique shapeshift great art is definitely not a problem. Even if he can unlock it himself, I can feel it. The current lust shape is great treasure for me, no matter who this person is. If you have any special intentions, or if you want to be honest with me, I can take a step and try again. After all, I can't miss the chance to get Buddha nature holy fruit. Husband, you showed hidden dragon bead spitting secrets, cultivation base great treasure. When can I recover? Shui Linger also said with some concern, if the cultivation base is not recovered, enter the achievement and virtue section. If there is any unexpected birth, it is very dangerous. Immortal King God Crystal seems to have a certain effect on my reopening. If there is no accident, I should be able to resume the cultivation base in 20 days. This 20 days can almost help my injuries. Wei Suo nodded and said, I want to enter achievement and virtue section. I will wait until after 20 days, and the cultivation base will come back. Sushengxiu and Wang Wei and Immortal Ascension sect master have a battle. There is no news. Yin Liwa frowned and said this. Since hiding his identity and returning to the sea and immortal city, Wei Suo asked her to help pry into the news of Sushengxiu and Wang Wei and Immortal Ascension sect masters' war, but no messages were heard. That is to say, at least then Immortal Ascension sect master Ji's delivery channel was broken, and 3 divine mystic great treasure could explode and not appear in Cloud SPI near the city of RIT continent. It is possible to have been transported to some of the savage deep secret place. Immortal Ascension sect master's cultivation base seems to be a little higher than Sushengxiu, and it is less than divine mystic 3rd layer. Wang Wei seems to be not true, but it is equivalent to a divine mystic 2nd layer cultivator. Divine mystic 2nd layer's cultivator definitely suffers Sushengxiu and Wang Wei. Since they are planning to kill him, he may not be delaminated this time. Ling Longtian sharpening teeth said. Your West's clean colored glass cultivation is not a problem. Wei Suo sank in, but his eyes fell on Han Weiwei. West's clean colored glass and great desolation. Dao asking scripture. This heaven level top rank work shapeshift great art, cult. The degree of ovation is much slower than ordinary work shapeshift great art, and the more time and resources it consumes, the more amazing it is. But now Han Weiwei and Nangong Yuking have just begun recultivation. Level 1 Divine Sea Stage 2nd layer 3rd layer breakthrough time is naturally not long, coupled with Han Weiwei and Nangong Yuking have enough Spirit Pellet Auxiliary. Now Wei Suo, it can be seen that Han Weiwei and Nangong Yuking to make a 2nd Divine Sea soon. West's clean colored glass and great desolation. Dao asking scripture. These 2 supreme strong shapeshift great arts Divine Sea are very pleasing treasures. Now Wei Suo has 2 aura determining technique shapeshift great art, which looks like Han Weiwei's divine Sea is like a cold star, and Nangong Yuking's divine sea is like the same group of ancient desolate spaces. At this point, Han Weiwei's inner chi is no exception, but because West's clean-colored glass has been around for a long time, Netherworld Palace has never had the emergence of culture West's clean-colored glass's female cultivator, which makes Wei Suo always there is something wrong with this function, shapeshift great art. Why, do you want me to have a problem? Han Weiwei knows that Wei Suo is caring for himself, but he has deliberately muttered his face and said this to Wei Suo. So much great treasured Dao pill, there is also colored glass spirit Yuan pill, by Jing Dan, light refining so many Dan Yao, Weiwei and Yuking elder sister are estimated to go straight to the golden core. Next, Wei Suo took out many of the proceeds of the great treasure battle, and Jia gave them to Jia and Han Weiwei. Many of the cultivators involved in the killing of him were invited by Heaven Transformation Cult. They have just participated in the Great Transformation Alliance, and they have the great treasured Dao pill of Heaven Transformation Cult. From the previous batches of cultivators, Wei Suo a total of 27 great treasured Dao pill were found with Yin Liwa. This kind of spirit pellet is not a great treasure for golden core above cultivator cultivation base, but for Han Weiwei and Nangong Yuking, the standard Divine Sea Realm cultivator is a standard spirit pellet that allows their cultivation base to be 1,000 miles away. These great treasured Dao pill and the rest of the proceeds are suitable for the golden core stage following cultivator to enhance the cultivation base. The most conservative calculations are estimated to allow the two to directly break through the cultivation base of the thought division 5th layer middle stage. In any case, there is transforming as one wishes secrets. This kind of secret place shapeshift great art, you can change your face at any time, and at this time lust shape, the most insured is the first set of shapeshift great art. Just look for a secret place outside Heaven's Dome. The self-built cave mansion, see Immortal Sect and my relationship may not be found 100%. You can use Earth Mother Ancient. Scripture, find a secret place suitable place. Okay. We will directly find the right place and start to cultivate immortal slaying vine directly. At the time of our chosen location, we will leave a trail at Sea Immortal City. You first go to Sea Immortal City to find a secret place to stay, and then I will bring Li Ziyi to meet you. After Wei Suo and Jia and others discussed it for a while, it was a temporary difference. Then Wei Suo and Ling Longtian and Yin Liwa did not greet Mingde. They continued to let Mingde stay in the city. Go to Yin Corp's sect. The three men also rushed to Yin Corp's sect because Wei Suo's brother Rabbit Li Ziyi remained in Yin Corp's section listening to Jia and others. Li Ziyi seems to be more crazy, not even listening to them, just chanting his brother Rabbit, and listening to Li Ziyi. It seems that lightning waning moon is only the last point, so it is still the same. Stay in the quiet room of Yin Corp's sect, regardless of the other arrangement of scripture. I am afraid that only Wei Suo can go out in person. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Path to Heaven. Author, Wu Ziyi. Chapter 801. Chapter 801 is all killed. This is really, even the old antique of the golden core 5th layer is directly killed, even the bottom of the box can be directly grasped by hand. As soon as Ling Longtian hit the scene of killing the golden core 5th layer old antique, the remaining cultivators completely changed their faces. Chi! A bloody man slammed into Ling Longtian. This blood awning can be broken, through the void, and seems to be able to lock the opponent far beyond the far distance, just like the previous shapeshift great art. The blood ons just flashed, and they came directly to the front of Ling Longtian, and all around the blood ons, all of them glowed with blazing red light, twisting the void. A divine mystic great treasure can have a unique atmosphere, shock dang void. This is something that divine mystic great treasure can engrave divine mark. Wei Suo was shocked. This is the god of heaven and blood. This is the township shapeshift great art of the northern prison. This person is the sect master Situju of the northern prison. Yin Liwa recognized the origin of the object and immediately transmitted the sound to Wei Suo's ear. The North Prison is a small sect that is almost as great as Sea Immortal section at this moment. The sect master Situju of the North Prison is made up of an old man wearing a grey shapeshift great art. At this moment, the North Prison sect master, who made the makeup into a grey coat, immediately called the Great Treasure. Ling Longtian's body is full of grey spirit light, his powerful energy is close to immortal artifacts heavenly blood, no shapeshift great art penetrates the grey spirit light, and the grey spirit light is deadlocked. I saw Tianyu Shengxiu Mang is a finger-like great treasure with a small prismatic crystal stone, scattered red and red divine mark. But this blood-red crystal stone quickly disappeared, and a surging sound of the car broke down. Situju, I will send you back to the west. Wei Suo stepped out, and immediately after Situju, a dark emperor sword chi hit the Situju and stepped on his foot. Situju's shapeshift great art is a bit slower than Wei Suo. A little red crystal light has just appeared in the hands. It is also a god of blood, but before it is too exciting, the entire back is completely shattered by Wei Suo. The blood in the mouth was mad and instantly lost all vitality. Pa! 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 Several black wooden boxes suddenly exploded in Wei Suo's around the body, and Wei Suo's naked body was fierce. Immediately, Wei Suo exhibited Water Emperor Sun swallowing secrets, a nearly condensed essence of the Water Emperor God condense above his head. His body is like a huge mouth opening, a purely watery spirit Yuan Qi, with countless the golden core sunlight is constantly being washed out. Even this fruit is used. Wei Suo's eyes coldly swept to the cultivator who shot the black wooden boxes. The cultivator was wrapped in a colorful cloud and could not see the face. The black wooden box he shot was the kind of ancient desolate that Mystic Wind sect had collected from Eastern Desolate sect to lubricate the cultivator's fleshly body. Even this kind of fruit origin chi can be forcibly washed away. Seeing Wei Suo's fleshly body, there is no believe rigid, and the cultivator of these black wooden boxes in the colorful clouds is suddenly shocking. But before he could make any extra moves, a dark green brilliance would be suppressed from above. Yin Liwa spurred Evil King Dark Box and gave him a blow. The Evil King Dark Box is the true shapeshift great art great treasure of mystic rank high grade. Like the Annihilation God Spear, the General Golden Core Cultivator is simply hard to withstand. The cultivator in the colorful clouds instantly hits a few brilliances, which can block the Evil King Dark Box's blow, but the colorful clouds outside the body are smashed by the powerful energy of the Evil King Dark Box. A piece of silk smashed, and the colorful clouds were a colorful silk scarf, but at the moment the silk scarf has been beaten and scattered. A young cultivator wearing a white robe and a handsome face appeared, and the spirit light at the foot formed a fresh Yenyu drop of cyan lotus leaf. This handsome young cultivator did not appear in the great treasure of heaven transformation cult, neither Wei Suo nor Yin Liwa knew. Just as he barely blocked the Evil King Dark Box, the young cultivator suddenly flashed a desperate look. Hey, on top of his head, a cork was opened and a light rushed out, revealing mind-devouring bug. At the moment there are still 4 cultivator, one of which has been seriously injured, repeatedly vomiting of the nature of sect master. There is an Eastziation of the old antique level characters, and one is dressed in rags, as a beggar general middle-aged cultivator, face on the black color on the general, a dark, cannot see clearly. There is a hidden in a white U-boats like fly done shapeshift great art great in the treasure, do not see the actual situation. Seeing the scene at this moment, the 4 cultivators are again exclaimed. Wei Suo didn't stop at all, and once again moved the void walking footwork, one step later to the dressed middle-aged cultivator. Boom! Suddenly, Wei Suo felt an extremely dangerous atmosphere, did not move, but immediately moved no beginning sword scripture, forming a torrent of numerous transparent flying swords. Dressed in a ragged, like a cultivator, the right hand suddenly burned up, all turned into a green flame, forming 5 green vipers that sparked divine light, which turned out to be through the Weisuo. The flying sword torrent came out and hit Weisuo's, flashing the silver light on Weisuo and flying backwards. Sect Master, another Sect Master. Weisuo's eyes flickered, although he was beaten up, but his look was still very calm. This Dao technique, shapeshift great art, is also supreme secret techniques, is the great treasure of the town of the Spirit Serpent. Only the Spirit Serpent Sect Master can inherit. Before Weisuo also heard, but this road supreme secret techniques need to rely on the self-damage fleshly body excitation, although supreme secret place shapeshift great art, but so he was not much interest, and at the moment this supreme secret place shapeshift great art, though its well-deserved reputation, Dong. Where no beginning sword's defense, but by his no scripture SW ord scripture blocked, hit him in the body, but only to beat him chi and blood writhed, and did not make him a substantial seam damage. Chi. When the Sect Master was hit, it felt that Weisuo's breath was steady and there was no damage at all. Without a slight pause, his eyes flashed a decisive look, and the entire skull instantly burned into a green flame. A green light rises and rises, and the void walking footwork generally tears the void directly, and it is an invisible object that breaks through the black divine mark blockade. Just a flash appeared outside the mask formed by the black divine mark. Ah! Yinliwa, a surging sound, exclaimed, Sect Master, the shapeshift great art at the moment, is abandoning the body possession of the fleshly body shapeshift great art. The degree of this escape shapeshift great art, still seems to be in Weisuo's above the void walking footwork. If it is escaped by the Sect Master, it is only a leak of Weisuo's real details, and it is still a small matter for Weisuo's plan to fail. The most important thing is that this person is very likely to spread the story of Ling Longtian, then Heaven Transformation Cult. It is possible to conclude that Ling Longtian and Weisuo are cultivators that steal divine wood, divine root. It's not that easy to run. But Weisuo's face was still calm and waveless. He stepped out and instantly reached the edge of the black divine mark. At the same time, a Dang glared at the blood-red light of divine mark from his hand. Jumping in the void, it is directly on the green light of the Sect Master divine soul. Ah! The Sect Master of the Snake Master made a surging sound scream, and then the whole green light was destroyed and the powerful energy of seeing became a fly ash. Do you know that we are who? You dare to kill so many people, you know what the consequences will be, what kind of vibration will it attract. Nature Sect Master has a terrifying great treasure call. He and the remaining two cultivators have no shapeshift great art to break through Weisuo's black divine mark restrictions, and the previous cultivator that inspired more than 1,000 white ancient formation flags has also fallen, and he and the remaining two cultivators, even those that shrouded the cracks in the surrounding space, may not be able to pass. You are who? Are you not a Nature Sect Master? Weisuo looked at the Nature Sect Master and sneered out a surging sound. You can see our identity, you dare. The Nature Sect Master slammed into an incredible surging sound. As a great Transformation Alliance cultivator, you dare to hide your identity to kill me. I have killed you. It is understandable that you are the great treasure of the entire Great Transformation Alliance. I helped the Great Transformation Alliance to remove you first. Weisuo is in the sneer surging sound and appears directly behind the Nature Sect Master. Ah! In the Sect Master's screaming surging sound, a thin dark golden sword light directly ran through the heart arteries of the Nature Sect Master, which has little resistance, killing the Nature Sect Master in one fell swoop. You are deliberately doing it. You must have a spiritual Yao that enhances life essence, otherwise you can't stick to it now without falling. You are too poisonous. You killed so many people, and you will definitely not die. The cultivator in the white U painting has a cursing surging sound. Boom! Immediately, the entire white U painting exploded in an instant, turning into a group of terrifying flames, forming a giant great treasure in the air. The cultivator saw that there was no shapeshift great art to escape, but to hide his identity, lest he would sneak into the door and directly blew the golden core. Leave alive. Wei Suo has a surging sound great treasure called. At this moment, Ling Longtian has already turned to the last living giant treasure cultivator, an old antique character of Dongxiu Mountain. Dongxiu Mountain is just a small section, although the old antique character has the cultivator of the golden core third layer late stage. In addition to the old antique character, there is no second golden core great treasure cultivator in the entire Dongxiu Mountain. I hate The old antique heard the surging sound like Wei Suo, and also a great treasure called surging sound. I went all out to Ling Longtian and made a colorful light column. You are a ghost, don't ask me if you can hold him, maybe it won't be so hard. Ling Longtian once again pulled out the gray spirit light, blocking the colorful beam, and at the same time facing Wei Suo's depressed giant treasure. The powerful energy of this colorful light column is very plunging treasure. Although Ling Longtian can withstand it, it is also purple flashing on the body, which is obviously not easy. And this Dao technique shapeshift great art seems to have completely consumed the remaining antique spirit of the old antique. After the Dao technique shapeshift great art, the remaining life essence of the old antique is also exhausted, and the vitality is completely cut off. This secret place is fiercely fighting shapeshift great art. It will definitely be seen. Go, let's leave this secret place first. Wei Suo didn't stop at all, put away all the bodies of these cultivators, and kept the void walking footwork, and left the secret place. Path to Heaven. Author, Wu Ziyi. Chapter 802. The destruction of Shenxian, even the cutting of 3 prince-level figures, and the destruction of the old antiques that the Xiang Palace rushed to rescue through magic weapons. This kind of thing is really amazing. The spread of the unimaginable degree has already set off an uproar at this moment. Even the true disciples of Emperor Tiandao have been killed, and they dare to come to participate in the Huaishan conference. This person has even killed the divine profound power. Is it so amazing? This conference will definitely not be calm. A group of old antiques from Xiangzong and Guangfa Tiangong are already waiting here. Maybe they will fight soon. Many of the narratives along the way that saw Wei Suo's arrival could not help but talk about it in secret. You dare, surnamed Wei, you dare to come. With a cold hum, 5 old men came out from the front of Baiatai in a cloud and intercepted Wei Suo and others. Who are you? Wei Suo said quietly, quietly. Hearing the comments of some monks along the way, he knew that these should be monks of Xiang sect and Guangfa Tiangong. Don't you, the monks of Tianxian continent, don't you understand the rules? An old man dressed in black looked cold, staring at him. When I saw me, at least I have to honor my predecessors first. My Daolu is the master of the corpse section. If you want to talk about seniority, you are at most worthy of my peers. Wei Suo responded calmly. Sure enough, my teeth are sharp. Another old man in the yellow robe was cold and bitter, and his murderous intention was awe-inspiring. Young people are too imposing and easy to die. Since ancient times, I don't know how many geniuses are because they are too mad and sharp, and the results are all falling into the young age. An old man in Chinese clothes also said coldly, eyebrowed. All of them are killing intentions. Zhong 11 and Wen Shu are 2 great sects who have spent a lot of thoughts and cultivation. The true disciples are all successors of the sect, and they were all killed by Wei Suo, which made their hearts full of anger. If it weren't for Wei Suo's supernatural powers, he might have already started. Your words are reasonable. Wei Suo looked at the old man in Chinese costume and smiled. But I am not your disciple. You should teach your disciples so much. You, Wei Suo said the sentence. The old man in the Chinese suit red face, body. You don't take our 2 great gates too seriously. An old man in purple clothes winked at the other old men, and signaled the 4 old men to prepare to shoot. Even if we lose to Wei Suo, if Wei Suo openly kills them before turning to heaven, this matter will inevitably get bigger and hard to end. If you want to fight, you have to wait for Suzongju to comment on them before you fight. If you do it here, are you afraid of Suzongju's anger? The old man's intention, with a sneer, stepped forward, and the figure suddenly disappeared in front of the old men. Immediately using the whole virtual foot method, all Linglongtian and others were brought to a bioplatform. What is this escape? All the monks who saw the scene were startled. Wei Suo and others were at least 1 mile away from the bioplatform, but they crossed directly, leaving all these old antiques behind. The old antique bodies of the 5 Xiang sect and Guangfa Tiangong shook with anger. Wei Suo's method of escape and spell casting, far from their imagination, even if they only cast spells, they could not be stopped at all. Just walk away, completely ignoring their existence, which makes them simply lose face. Wei Suo had already awakened the old man of Hefengzong at this time. This old man had a white complexion and was unclear. He couldn't even say a word. We are the monks of the Corpse sect and the Black Wind sect, can we go in now? After Wei Suo appeared on the bioplatform, he calmly confronted the several Huaitian disciples who were obviously waiting to meet. Said. These disciples of Huaitian Jiao were all in their 20s in a white vestment, but they all had the practice of dividing their thoughts. It was also shocking to see Wei Suo suddenly appearing in front of him at this moment. It's Lu Jinaiu, and a real person with lanterns. 2 old antiques in Guangfa Tiangong. These 2 old antiques are still. At this time, many monks who had just arrived, who had not yet entered the Huaitian Jiao mountain gate, exclaimed in a low voice. The 5 antiques of Xiang sect and Guangfa Tiangong also stopped. A group of golden divine light and a group of white rainbow light came at the same time, followed by dozens of Chinese lights, just like the king of parade. The momentum is very magnificent. It is Lu Jinaiu and Lantern, Hongfa, 2 old antique level figures, with a group of emperor's Taoist disciples came. This group of guys is not slow, maybe they can't catch up, and they come back to Maishan city to repair the teleportation circle. Ling Longtian snorted. Help me to see if there are any treasures that are difficult to deal with in these guys, Wei Suo said quietly, and heard the sound in Ling Longtian's ear. Sovereign. At this moment, Wei Suo, Ling Longtian, and Yinlihua were slightly stagnation. A huge breath came out of the Huaitian Jiao mountain gate, and the names on the white U stage. All the disciples of the heavenly teaching immediately performed a ceremony together. Amidst the white cloud behind him, a Taoist who wore a plain linen robe and his skin as jade came into the sky. The coercion of his body made people tremble. Sushengxiu came out personally. It's no wonder that this person killed the true disciples of the 3 major gates of Emperor Tiandao, Guangfa Tiangong, and Xiang sect, and now the real disciples of the Emperor Tiandao and the old antiques of Guangfa Tiangong and Xiang sect all rushed outside this mountain gate. Big, and maybe Guangfa Tiangong, Xiang sect, and Emperor Tiandao itself have top monks who have come to attend this conference. He must be coming out. Yes, the people who come here are too high level, and the general elder level figures are useless at all. Seeing Sushengxiu appear in person, many monks couldn't help but take a deep breath. This changed the atmosphere outside the Tianjiao mountain gate. It was really too nervous. Hello brave, Sushengxiu glared at Wei Suo as soon as he appeared. The divine light in his eyes was like substance, and he screamed. Sushengxiu showed his position as soon as he came out. Should we suppress this Weizhuo immediately? Wouldn't it be a war soon? Many monks who came to attend the conference immediately had such thoughts. Sect master, I don't know why the sect master is so fresh in his courage, but in the face of the direct scolding of Sushengxiu, Wei Suo was quiet and his voice was very calm. You killed the true disciples of Emperor Tiandao, Xiang Palace, and Guangfa Tiangong, and even the real people who drove away were killed. Aren't they brave enough? Sushengxiu's face was very gloomy, said coldly. That was the situation, and the next step was to take this meeting and explain the matter in front of Sect Master. Wei Suo still said calmly. So you kill them, is it reasonable? Sushengxiu gave Wei Suo a glance and said coldly. As for reason, it can be judged by the monks present. Wei Suo looked at Sushen's blood channel. At that time, Sect Master will also have some judgment. Sovereign Su, this person killed my brother, and he personally admitted that he didn't need to talk nonsense with him. Let me take him back to the Emperor's heavenly path, and he can naturally judge whether he said it is true here. Lu Jianyu made a salute to Su Shengxiu and looked coldly at Wei Suo. You happen to be here too. I just wanted to invite Suzong to judge. Why did your younger brother Lu Weijin and Huang Puja reckon with me? Wei Suo looked at Lu Jianyu lightly and said. What the hell, when I came to the Emperor's heavenly Dao, I could naturally make it clear. You don't dare to go, there is a ghost in my heart. Lu Jianyu forced Wei Suo to be very strong. Sovereign Su, my corpse sect has joined the Dawa League, and I was on the way to participate in the Dawa League, and something like this happened. I came to see Su, but I wanted Su to judge. Wei Suo. Lu Jianyu, looking at the blood of Su Shen, said, I think something happened to the Daoist friends in Dawa League. First Su sect master should figure it out. In this case, let's advance to the Tianjiao Mountain Gate of Self-Improvement, and give birth to such a big event, and understand this matter at this meeting. Su Shengxiu nodded and glanced at Lu Jianyu, and your master's avatar will also come, let your master decide in the presence, should there be no problem. Supreme Wang's avatars will also come, dead scammers. Although Supreme Wang has just advanced the 4 levels of Shenxian, the most avatars have 2 powers of Shenxian, but more than 2 Shenxian mighty, you are certainly no match. Remember to be smart. At that time Ling Longtian said to Wei Suo immediately. Since my master is present, there is no problem. Lu Jianyu gloomed, glaring at Wei Suo fiercely and said. Come with me. Su Shengxiu's face was cold, and she turned around to lead the way. It seems that there is a great chance this time. Wei Suo followed behind him, and such thoughts appeared in his heart. He felt that although Su Shengxiu was very bad at his appearance, Su Shengxiu was right. He didn't have any real killing intentions, in order to transform the power of the heavenly religion. At that time, the situation of the enemy, maybe he already knew. Now his attitude shows that things are promising. Dead liar, in case you have to run, then run to the middle of the east. Ling Longtian heard the sound again in Wei Zhuo's ear. Everyone was walking in the white cloud, the entire gate of Huishenjiao was shrouded in white cloud, so that people could not see the end, but Ling Longtian's eyes flashed secretly, but it seemed to be clear, even Huishenjiao we can see where the ban is weak. There is no special magic weapon for this guy and those 2 old men. It's just that this guy has a large number of magic weapons. There are 2 defensive magic weapons of the meta level and 1 defensive magic weapon of the meta level and meta level. Longtian continued to preach again. Except for the weirdness of the 4 gods king's throne, there is not even a magic weapon above the half-celestial weapon. Wei Suo frowned slightly, but said nothing. The means of Huishenjiao is really extraordinary. In this arrangement, the general sect cannot be arranged at all. Soon, the cloud in front suddenly separated, and Wei Suo's eyes flashed again. In the middle of the air, a huge platform is suspended, with thousands of square feet, and the whole body is white, cut like a white U-hill. Hundreds of monks have gathered above the bio-platform floating in the air. At least half of these monks are breathing out of their bodies condensed into various shapes, sitting on the white Yulian platform. So many Jindan monks gathered together, it was extremely amazing. Sovereign of God Crystal. Lordless Palace Master. Sect Master refining God's way. Xuanhuan real man. Not only the patriarchs of many sect gates, but also many people who usually lived outside the sky dome and built the cave house, and the few Jindan monks who appeared rarely appeared. The real Han Hui from Gifanzong, the 5 dragons from the blue candle door, these people haven't actually fallen yet. Yin Liwa also saw many old and dangling antiques like corpses. This kind of event that is unprecedented for a long time, maybe there will be a lot of spirits, genius, and earth treasures appear, and it also attracts countless immortals, and only old breath antiques come to take luck. Many of them did not receive Dawa Jinjian before, but came to Huishenjiao actively. This child actually killed Shen Xian. Wei Suo followed the blood of Su Shen down, and countless eyes suddenly gathered together on his body. Path to Heaven. Author, Wu Zy. Chapter 803. Chapter 803. 3 Batches of Cultivator Kill. There are so many sect masters and cultivators of the same class, there are so many people who want to hit your idea, this is really crazy. Yin Liwa shook her head helplessly, facing the Weisuo sound transmission. After killing the nature sect master batch of cultivators and implanting divine root, they continued to move towards the hibernation gas sea, where they had bypassed Sea Immortal City and entered the waters. Secret Place. Sea Immortal City has more than 40,000 miles of a secret place above the sea. This secret place is very remote. There are not many cultivators passing by, but they are already in the sea, but they have already encountered 2 batches of cultivators. I don't think I know that these 2 batches of cultivators are pre-arranged by section here, to wait and find the traces of Weisuo and others. These people are not enough grades, not enough to make people chilly, not enough to withstand the confusion of immortal artifact. Someone can't help but start. There is a cultivator lurking under the seafront, and there are also restrictions after continuing to travel nearly 10,000 miles to the hibernation gas sea. Ling Longtian suddenly saw an undetectable flash of light and secretly transmitted to Weisuo. I still have insurance in the hibernation gas sea, and this secret place I don't have shapeshift great art to use the Earth Mother ancient scripture. This time we first run away, they think we are not good, we will definitely chase the hibernation gas sea. Steel Teeth younger sister, if it's not a special accident, don't do it this time. Weisuo does not move the sound of the sound to Ling Longtian's ear. Then don't enter the scope of their restrictions, just surprise them, wait for me to call you, you will start. Ling Longtian also doesn't bicker with Weisuo, sound transmission to Weisuo's ears. Good. Weisuo does not move the surging sound color and continues to move forward. Just stop here, you can do it. After continuing to move forward for about 78 miles, Ling Longtian let Weisuo do it. Without a slight stop, Weisuo suddenly sacrificed the indestructible clean bottle, directly spurred the shapeshift great art of the indestructible clean bottle, and turned the sea surface within a few tens of miles into the night of the 5 fingers. Chi/P. At the same time, Weisuo deliberately showed weakness under the water surface as indicated by Ling Longtian, but only played a Dark Emperor sword Chi. Hong. The white light of a group of giant treasure suddenly hid from the bottom of the sea, and the sea of early 100 feet and Weisuo's Dark Emperor sword Chi were all smashed. Dang. A black light immediately opened the ice-purple divine mark defense outside the indestructible clean bottle and hit the tired body of the indestructible clean bottle. This black light is an unpretentious hammer. It looks like a stone. There is no rune, but it seems to be the ice shapeshift great art. It can ignore the extremely cold of the indestructible clean bottle. Chill. Dang. Almost at the same time, a stag-like shapeshift great art great treasure heavily hit the indestructible clean bottle. The shapeshift great art great treasure, which looks like this antler stick, radiates a colorful glow, revealing the ancient atmosphere. At first glance, it is an ancient great treasure, and the powerful energy is amazing. The indestructible clean bottle is sunk and goes down. Even the back of the ancient desolate giant chelate has emerged, the azure chi. And this shapeshift great art great treasure is obviously the shapeshift great art great treasure of the teleport class, which is directly outside the indestructible clean bottle and is difficult to intercept. It is the old man of Xuanhuan. He is arrogant and does not hide his face. 7 Cultivator from the blasted sea, one of the old man wearing a 9-color deer pattern of the simple white brocade shapeshift great art clothes, stay long, head and long must be snow white but, official that in the heaven tr at the transformation cult great treasure, he intercepted a bloodcore golden grass old man phoenix golden 4th layer, and his son, according to him, was in Netherworld City outside that war, and Lin Tegzu and several mystic Wind sect old antique together, was Weisuo kill. In addition to this old man, the other 6 cultivators are a variety of brilliance clouds, naked body, with divine consciousness and eyes without shapeshift great art to determine their identity. The surname Wei's kid, I will send you on the road, revenge for my children, the shapeshift great art great treasure, which looks like a staghorn stag, is the old man's controls. After rushing out of the sea, the old man reached out and presented a long fruited fruit, 2 red danskin-like shapeshift great art, and a great treasure piece of red treasure. Indestructible clean bottle. This is the fusion of primordial spirit. Using the golden core of the fire attribute cultivator and the inner core of the fire attribute monster beast above the level 8 high level, the shapeshift great art made with the secret place shapeshift great art. This shapeshift great art is also refining in ancient and only a handful of artifact refinement guru. Although it is a shapeshift great art that consumes seeing, the exciting core fire is even more amazing than the fire power of your sable. Can't be in contact with this kind of fire for a long time, otherwise shapeshift great art great treasure will be damaged. Re-enrobed old man saw this shapeshift great art from this old man and immediately exclaimed a surging sound. I have joined Heavenly Transformation Union, and you dare to show up and kill me. Isn't it afraid that Heavenly Transformation Union will deal with you? Wei Suo didn't hesitate to move the void walking footwork directly, driving the indestructible clean bottle, instantly across the void, and taking off the divine fire range that the old man played. Although there are only 7 of the great treasure cultivators that have killed him, there are obviously secret place great treasures in the body, and I don't know who has the unique shapeshift great art. These people are completely unaffected by the darkness, if not with Ling Longtian's help, Wei Suo didn't have the confidence to deal with them. The true Yuan of the sun is hard to sustain, cannot withstand such loss. We continue to pursue, and consumption can kill him. This time, Wei Suo is above the secret place, no shapeshift great art is showing the Earth Mother ancient scripture, and now the fleshly body and the golden core are showing signs of decline. Therefore, after the void walking footwork is performed, true Yuan is somewhat difficult. For the sake of success, there has been a pause. Seeing this scene, the old man wearing a 9-color deer pattern has no waves in the old well, reaching out a little, and put away the primordial spirit fire. The shapeshift great art clothing instantly pops up 9 splendid light, and the amazing pursuit of Wei Suo go on. His person actually noticed the restrictions we laid down, woe cultivators in the splendid light behind the old man, an unusually angry surging sound. Kai. Chi. Sounding, a nearly transparent splendid light shot from below the sea, was taken up by the 2 cultivators. Immediately, the 2 cultivators immediately followed the old man and the rest of the cultivator to Wei Suo. Hong. Wei Suo received the indestructible clean bottle and reached out, but the level 7 mid-level water attribute monster core was played out and the group water spirit Yuan Qi was wrapped up and refining. Then move the void walking footwork again, across the void. This person can be directly refining water attribute monster core to supplement true Yuan. This is also a supreme strong shapeshift great art. /P. No wonder this person has been against the enemy before, true Yuan is almost endless, how to use it without loss. And this person is desperately seeking high-level water attribute Danyao at the great treasure meeting. It turns out that this person can directly refine the water attribute monster core to supplement true Yuan. /P. No wonder he wants to go to hibernation gas C, high-level water attribute monster core, for this person has great treasure. This water attribute monster core is a level 7 mid-level water attribute monster core, it should have been obtained from the batch of cultivators that he killed. /P. This person should have this high-level water attribute monster core left, and can't let him get the rest of the high-level water attribute monster core, this time must kill this person. /P. Chase the more you use this kind of true Yuan's shapeshift great art, the fleshly body and the golden core are even faster. /P. Wei Suo casts the void walking footwork to open the distance. The cultivators don't see shapeshift great art catch up. But he deliberately for it now, and his fleshly body is indeed compared to leave great treasure will be aging, this batch of cultivator is he cheated, Thought Wei Suo only high-level water attribute M monster core only to use, think Wei Suo before true UN endless, because refining water attribute monster core, and they also thought Wei Suo the roar of the rush hibernation gas C, is to seek more high-level water attribute monster core, in order to promote cultivation base, to seek more life essence. There are cultivators that can't help but reveal the escape light directly. They are afraid of being preempted and eager to catch up. The news of these guys is well informed, and I don't know what side shift great art is used. It's so fast, I can still be around here. But only in the area with this batch of cultivator opened nearly 100 miles, Weisuo and Linglongtian, Yanliwa at the same time, the rear of the two secret place in the cloud, there are extreme escape light flashing. It is obvious cultivator has also been secretly tracking or ambush in this vicinity. Now see Weisuo by this group of cultivator chasing crazy escape, all can't help, also all full of chase, for fear Weisuo's good things first was wearing 9-color deer rune white robe of the elderly this batch of cultivator robbed. From the perspective of the two sets of cultivators escape light, it must be at least the strongman above golden core, and the number is also quite a lot, just too far apart, with the sense of Ling Longtian, and no shapeshift great art the identity of the two batches of cultivators. Why don't these groups of people first divide you and die? Deceased swindlers, don't be daydreaming, only when you are dead, when they grab your things, they will divide you to live and die. As long as you don't die, they will definitely not fight first. They are sure that one mind will be Nong. Die you again. After several consecutive void-walking footworks, Weisuo put away some of the level 7 water attribute monster core, which was a lot of reluctance to use, and applied spirit light shift great art to the hibernation gas C. Escape. After a continuous escape of more than 100,000 miles, a world of whiteness appeared in the sight of Weisuo and others. Hibernation gas C is finally here. Steel Teeth younger sister, help me find a great treasure, a rolling island. As soon as I rushed into the white misty hibernation gas sea, Weisuo immediately confronted the Ling Longtian saying with sound transmission. His ancient scripture, the land of the great treasure piece, can be thoroughly used. The secret island of the secret treasure is the best place to kill the cultivator. Ling Longtian's eyesight and perception are much stronger in this place than he is. There is an island in the secret place, after many consecutive void-walking footwork, and then mad for a while, try to enter the hibernation gas sea deep secret place. According to the instructions of Ling Longtian, Weisuo reached a square full of hundreds of miles above the island. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Path to Heaven. Author, Wu Zy. Chapter 804. Chapter 804 is Killing in an Instant. This is a black island, formed by smoldering under the sea volcano, without any trees on it, some of the great treasure dong and some gully weathered by the sea breeze. As soon as Weisuo landed, he quickly explored the divine consciousness and ran the Earth Mother ancient scripture. He was relieved that he quickly communicated with the ground below, and the Earth Mother ancient scripture worked as usual. Hong. Immediately, Weisuo took out a green robe and immediately took out a level 7 mid-level water attribute monster core and a heavenly dragon blood fossil, and kept refining. The green robes he took out at the moment were obtained from the last batch of cultivators and prevented divine consciousness from being explored. At this point in the hibernation gas sea, it is already the destination where he wants to kill the cultivators, and there is this green robe. If it is not the same perception as Ling Longtian, there is no shapeshift great art now Weisuo's change. Then, Weisuo put out the mind-devouring bug, which had already shown amazing power, and reached out and put mind-devouring bug on the sky. Since these batches of cultivators have the ability to track him before, there is no need to worry that they will not catch up. The batches of cultivators are chasing this secret place, which is only a matter of time. A group of people are coming soon. Ling Longtian quickly got used to seeing's teeth, facing Wei Suo saying with sound transmission. Her eyesight and perception are completely unimaginable. This place filled with white suffocation, even Wei Suo can't see much, but she seems to be able to ignore these white fog and see it under the clear sky. There is nothing wrong at all. Wei Suo nodded and moved from true immortal divine marks shapeshift great art. The golden god stood in the eyebrows, spilling divine consciousness and shrouded the circle. These people are not the old man of Songwu, the two supreme elders of the wide shapeshift great art, the Reverend, and the Hong Kong shapeshift great art Reverend. However, those who do not have the Xiang Yang Zone and the Emperor of Heaven, should be the people of the wide shapeshift great art. Ling Longtian continues to move towards Wei Suo and Yin Liwa sound. Is the two old antiques of the wide shapeshift great art, Wei Suo and Yin Liwa looked at each other. The people of the wide shapeshift great art will be killed, but they are not unexpected. But they did not expect that the cultivators will catch up faster than the group. The first one came up. Decease the swindler, wait until the cultivator that is shrouded in the grey light. The cultivator is the heaven transformation called Great Treasure, the young man with a phoenix crown divine fruit, his treasure. There is one thing in the receiving pocket, I can't see the real thing, but there is a very dangerous atmosphere, it should be something more powerful than immortal artifact. In Ling Longtian's eyes, there was an undetectable golden light, and the look was a bit stunned. Is that guy? Wei Suo frowned. It was a young cultivator in purple, from a secret seat of a self-built cave mansion from Heaven's Dome. It was not seen in the heaven transformation called Great Treasure meeting. The Golden Core cultivator has a much more secret place. There are another batch of cultivators coming. Ling Longtian is out of a surging sound. There are some cultivators who have participated in the Great Treasure of the day, some small and medium sect master and old antique. Wei Suo doesn't have any movements, just waits calmly. On this island, he can match the Earth Mother ancient scripture with the most great treasure battle strength. As long as the two cultivators are not close to him, they are locked up. Restrictions, he can judge the situation and feel free to shoot. The two batches of cultivators feel the existence of each other, but the two batches of cultivators do not interfere with each other. I really want to kill you first, then divide you to kill me and grab something on you. Ling Longtian a surging sound, sneer, anyway, these people have deliberately concealed their identity, and you have no scruples in playing with you. The new guys are at the heaven transformation called Great Treasure. The shapeshift great art on the body seems to have been washed for thousands of years. The old man with a layer of oil Ling Longtian continues to observe the identity of these cultivators, constantly facing the Wei Suo sound transmission. It's the heart-refining sect master Yin Liwa immediately remembered this person is also a great treasure. Most cultivators think that they are fallen, but they are also secretly living at the bottom of the box. It is the previous generation sect master of heart-refining sect. There are not so many things in this group of people, and there are not many things on the body. There is an old lady who wears a red dress at the heaven transformation called Great Treasure. There are a few ancient yes on it, not surprisingly. It's something that's limited to making your restrictions. That is the old antique of Hongshan. Heaven transformation called Great Treasure. There are not many female cultivators at the conference, and there are only a few old ladies, so Wei Suo immediately remembered this person. The sect master of the Rotten Tree Watchtower is also here. This guy refused to ask you to change his level 7 high-level water attribute monster core at the Great Treasure meeting. Now it's still on the body. Ling Longtian a surging sound sneer. This guy is here too. Wei Suo's eyes flashed slightly. The Rotten Tree Watchtower is just a small sect, only the sect master is the cultivator of the Golden Core stage. At the Great Treasure meeting, he was also far away from his Qiao, so he remembered very clearly. Did that day naked extaked body come? Wei Suo suddenly asked the sentence. Coming make up a black ash cultivator with a face covered with black ash, a shawl, and a ghost, with a thick inner armor of yin qi, so that it is Yin Yuan sex cultivator. The ancient talisman old man who gave evil king's eye didn't come. Ling Longtian sound transmission to Wei Suo's ear. I don't think this person is really coming. Wei Suo, a surging sound sigh, could not help but shook his head. The reason why he suddenly asked the name of the naked body was not because he remembered very clearly that the sect master of the ruthless K-Zone immediately took the initiative to get close to him after the annihilation of the naked body. Nong is very hot. At that time, the ancient talisman, who gave the evil king's eye and changed the celestial crystal, was almost ignored by everyone. People who are ready to sit at any time have no value for use, and Wei Suo sighs at the time. The ancient talisman, in order to create a genius cultivator, gave up evil king's eye in exchange for prolonging the life of the spirit Yao opportunity. He now does not appear here, should be at least not in favor of not extinction naked body adventure to kill Wei Suo, snatch things, but now the heaven transformation cult great treasure, wearing cyan essence armor of the body is not extinct metal bodies of young cultivator, but still to this secret place. Wei Suo is now a young cultivator whose natural talent is comparable to the heaven spirit root cultivator after the ancient talisman and the role of the continuation of Tianjing. Unfortunately, he is only for the ancient talisman. Feel Psi. The two batches of cultivators add up to more than 20 people. They are very tacitly distributed. From the direction of Wei Suo in all directions, it is obvious that Wei Suo's position can be accurately grasped. The Lamp Reverend, the Hong Kong Shapeshift Great Art Reverend, the Old Ghost of Heart Refining Sect, the Old Woman of Hongshan, all of you come to kill me, and it is too much to put the Great Transformation Alliance in the eye. Wei Suo gave a surging sound and sneered out, directly pointing out the names of these major attackers. It's just a bunch of inexplicable cultivators outside of Heaven's Dome that kills you. The Great Transformation Alliance will find traces of several cultivators close to the cold great treasure. The old guys who mentioned the names were all unrecognizable, and the Lantern's Reverend and the Red Mountain teaching old lady had such surging sounds. Are you sure you can kill me instead of coming to die? Wei Suo coldly said. Is it still not a good idea to kill you? You are still obediently killed, don't be struggling. The young cultivator who had previously wore a purple dress at the Heaven Transformation Cult Great Treasure meeting, from the secret place to repair the sacred family, sneered, very proud, not to put Wei Suo in the eye. Is it by you? If you are now obediently begging for mercy, I might even spare you a life. Wei Suo disdains sneer, and at this moment he uses the supreme secret place shapeshift great art from true immortal divine mark. Divine consciousness covers several times the range of these cultivators, and now these cultivators have entered the scope of his divine consciousness lock, but the cultivator has no shapeshift great art to lock Wei Suo with divine consciousness, and continues to be close. It's dead, but great treasure this young cultivator coldly from the secret place repairs the family. Wei Suo eyes flash, a black ancient talisman appeared on the hand, and the previously obtained Ling Longtian was suspected to be the shadowless divine blade talisman's ancient talisman. A true Yuan has no surging sound. It is in the hands of Wei Suo. Immediately, there was no surging sound and spiritual chi fluctuations. The original black Xiantman of the film disappeared instantly in Wei Suo's hands and became an invisible object. It's indeed the shadowless divine blade talisman. Ling Longtian has a surging sound. Pa. At this time, the voice of the young cultivator from the secret place of the gods has not disappeared. It is near, and the grey spirit light that is shrouded outside is suddenly inexplicably separated. In the future, the reaction to the whole body, the young body of the young cultivator, was immediately cut into 2 paragraphs. Pu. At the same time, the name just out of surging sound said Great Transformation Alliance will find traces, is close to the cold great treasure cultivator. Obviously Hongshan teaches the old woman who is ready to plant the guys. Suddenly a trembling, a bunch of blood light emerged from the head, and 2 eyes bulged out. Ah, the 2 batches of cultivators suddenly changed color, and the heart suddenly rose. Is there a powerful automatic guardian's shapeshift great art, and dare to yell at me? Wei Suo a surging sound sneer, thoroughly inspiring the shapeshift great art array of the indestructible clean bottle. Steel teeth younger sister, now you can do it? While Ling Longtian spoke this sentence, he moved the void walking footwork and drove the indestructible clean bottle, stepping out, and immediately after the lantern's Reverend and Hong Kong shapeshift great art Reverend. Dang! The lantern Reverend smashed into the cold Mao, and the reaction was amazing. Several brilliance rushed out of his naked body, and hit the indestructible clean bottle, and flew out. But at the same time, the Hong Kong shapeshift great art Reverend, which is not far from him, is a surging sound, a grey shadow seems to be thrown out of the indestructible clean bottle, and the body of the Hong Kong shapeshift great art Reverend before, while Hong Sheng shapeshift great art Reverend was out of the glory of the great treasure, even the fly in the sky did not have shapeshift great art. Pu. Wide shapeshift great art Tiangong cultivation base, one of the two tallest old antiques, the Hong Kong shapeshift great art Reverend, the entire chest was beaten and smashed down, the blood in the mouth and the row body shattered and rushed out, and was instantly destroyed. Kill. Endless killing and bloody atmosphere, instantly flooding the sky, so that everyone suffocates. Path to Heaven. Author, Wu Zy. Chapter 805. Chapter 805 Killing Battlefield. Killing Battlefield. This is who? The Lantern Reverend and so on people divine soul all want to take off the OBE to fly out. Hong Kong shapeshift great art Reverend's cultivation base is also one of the few in the entire cloud spirit continent. In the face of the other side, even if there is no power to fight back, it is spiked. What is the cultivation base of the other party? Is it divine mystic great treasure? Is there a divine mystic great treasure next to Wei Suo's? Hey! At this time, an old man with a black and white ancient mirror, covered in a black robe, was wrapped in a black ice, and instantly became a hail, crushed on the spot. After being blocked by Hong Kong shapeshift great art Reverend, Wei Suo didn't stop at all, and used the void walking footwork to drive the indestructible clean bottle, which was flying out, and instantly came to the old man. The defensive shapeshift great art great treasure of this old man could not stop the extremely cold divine domain of mystic rank and was directly frozen. Hong, 5 cultivators were smothered from all sides, including the Lantern Reverend, which was silently moved toward Ling Longtian, hitting the void of hundreds of feet around Ling Longtian, and the whole void seemed to collapse. However, Ling Longtian just avoided the golden and red light from the lamp Reverend, and instantly rushed out of the brilliance of the other 4 cultivators. 2 shapeshift great art great treasures were lost directly outside her by spirit light and caught directly into her hands. Puff, a cultivator with a mystic rank's naked body spirit light disappeared instantly, and a wooden bowl covered with a sunflower-like Hua pattern fell from the top of the cultivator. Boom! Then the cultivator was defeated and the heart artery's secret place was completely collapsed and killed instantly. The cultivator was degraded, and the face was distorted, but the mask shift great art lost its support and restored its true content. Huang Longzong sect master. The cultivator is more than 50 years old, and the face is square and majestic. There are 2 unique yellow eyebrows. Mao, which is also a sect master. Ah! All came cultivator horror, as seen when the ancient demon came. The 5 cultivators simultaneously had a heaven-shaking blow, but did not even block the opponent, but was killed by a sect master. At this time, it was the breath of the 7 great mass treasure, which appeared in Wei Suo's perception. Where can you escape from the surname Wei? Obediently died. The old man wearing the 9-color deer rune shapeshift great art and the other 6 cultivators of his group also killed. At this time, the old man and the other 6 cultivators have not fully reacted to the situation, and several of them are with this old man out of the great treasure drink surging sound, from all directions to the direction of the indestructible clean bottle. Do you think I am afraid of you? If you are so jealous, you will kill you first. Wei Suo a surging sound sneer, once again showing the void walking footwork, across the void, to the bottom of the old man. When I die, I dare to let go of my rumors. The old man snorted, a group of 5 colors Iaguang and a red brick divine fire, a black fire and a white ancient heavenly dragon instantly released by Wei Suo. Hong, Yin Liwa's evil king dark box was also blocked by a hand-painted multicolored Dao Venerable Ah. The most recently arrived in this batch of great treasure cultivator also completely changed facial expression. This name wears 9-colored deer rune shapeshift great art clothing. Old person obviously also obtains the strong great treasure the inheritance. A divine ability is far from the general old antique can compare, to an enemy too. C has been blocked. Wei Suo and Yin Liwa together a blow and not fall downwind, but this elderly man's words have not finished. The top of the head is suddenly out of a group blood light, instant eyes muster up and die. A cultivator of such a great treasure was killed by Wei Suo, killing it, which made everyone's heart completely cold. Are you deliberately weak? Several great treasure cultivators didn't feel good, it was very dangerous. I wanted to leave with the escape light. Puffa Wei Suo's face was calm and bow, and divine mark black fragment, a strip of black divine mark, instantly shrouded more than 20 miles and covered all of these cultivators. At the same time, he did not take the initiative, just do not stop the void walking footwork, try to shuttle within the scope of these cultivator divine consciousness, just to fully trap the cultivator. Does this person want to kill us all? What is this shapeshift great art great treasure? I can't get out. The cultivators that were most confident and calmest before were all feeling awkward. They felt that the black divine mark, which covered so many miles, needed to consume the precious treasure of true treasure every moment. Coupled with the void walking footwork, this true UN consumption is extremely amazing, but Wei Suo's true UN is as endless as it can be. He deliberately set up a bureau. If the real life essence is almost exhausted, he is so violently consuming true UN, I am afraid that life essence is exhausted at the moment. A cultivator has a white radish divine light. Dang screams like a volcanic squirt. Ru white great treasure is formed outside him. The void underneath is twisted and seems to be breaking soon. Go away and escape directly from the black divine mark restrictions. This cultivator is obviously the shapeshift great art great treasure at the bottom of the pressure box, and the great treasure obviously needs the amazing true UN, and there is no shapeshift great art to cover up the spiritual chi. Its spiritual chi forms a cash cow-like shape, the name cultivator, which is the sect master of the Golden Emperor. Although the cultivator is also the cultivation base of the Golden Core second layer, it has several powerful shapeshift great art, which was previously the same as Xuanhuan old ancestor. Seeing that the gold sect master is going to break through, a grey light is directly hitting him. Under a scream of surging sound, the brilliance outside the gold sect master collapses instantly. The naked body was also beaten out, and when the blood in the mouth was mad, it was obviously completely lifeless. This person's life essence is not really exhausted, and there is still a cultivator ambushing a cultivation base. No one has shapeshift great art blocking Ling Longtian's blow, making these extremely precious great treasure cultivators horrified. It is to kill Wei Suo and rob the fairy treasure, but now it is all prey. We are gathered in a secret place, even if divine mystic great treasure can, it is impossible to break the defense of so many people. Wide shapeshift great art the only remaining old antique lantern, reverend, is now a great treasure. Under his great treasure, 6 or 7 cultivators are flying toward him. If 6 or 7 sect master and old antique characters are gathered in a secret place, each person's defense is above mystic rank, and indeed divine mystic great treasure can be extremely difficult to break. But let these cultivators be stunned by the great treasure called the surging sound. Wei Suo, regardless of the Sankai 21, directly hit an annihilation golden core in the place where the crowd gathered. The terrifying flames that burst open instantly make these cultivators fly like frightened sparrows. Hey! Another cultivator has a blood light on the top of his head, and there is no sign of death. The cultivator is an old man with a sharp-nosed monkey. The cultivator is called Reverend, and Weisuo is also seen at the Heaven Transformation Cult Great Treasure. It is a golden core third-layer rogue cultivator at Cloud Spirit Continent. The West is very famous. Just in the moment when Xuanhuan Reverend was killed, the Lantern Reverend's face was white and he had a strange piece of wood. He didn't know what secret place Great Treasure, instantly turned into a hun chaotic grey light, worn from the head of Xuanhuan Reverend. Over. I saw the hollow in the top of Reverend's head, suddenly broke a group of wounds, pouring green, yellow, silver, black, like a variety of liquid naked body like miso. A thing that was completely transparent, was splayed before and after, and when it flowed out of this liquid naked body, it was hit by the powerful energy of the strong Great Treasure, and disappeared. It is mind-devouring bug. How could mind-devouring bug fly? These cultivator Great Treasures are more insightful, many of them cultivator, and they judged what it was. Dead, this mind-devouring bug is definitely dead. In the eyes of almost all cultivators, this mind-devouring bug has been bombarded with such powerful energy, and even if it is still alive, it will certainly be unable to attack the cultivator again. Hey! But just as another cultivator was smashed by Ling Longtian, and one side was smashed out by the energetic energy of Annihilation Golden Core, the cultivator defending Shapeshift Great Art Great Treasure, no signs on the top. The pop light is coming out. It seems that Deo rank high grades defense Shapeshift Great Art Great Treasure may not be able to block the sneak attack without warning. Is this person more than one such mind-devouring bug? This kind of Great Treasure mind-devouring bug, can kill any Golden Core cultivator without strong Great Treasure bodyguard Shapeshift Great Art Great Treasure, more than one. How can this be played? The inside of the Black Divine Mark is like a slaughterhouse for the Golden Core cultivator. Every few breaths, there are rare sect master and old antique figures. All the people are afraid of the extreme, so that they do not have the ability to fight back. Let them not fear. The surname Wei, you deliberately lead us into jealousy, you are too sinister and poisonous, you must not die. One person, together with the Lantern, Reverend, and the other one of the first batch of cultivators, could not help but call the Great Treasure. Joke, I just came to the hibernation gas sea to come to cultivation. You killed yourself and wanted to kill someone to win Great Treasure. Now regret it, it's too late. Weisuo sneered, and continued to move the void walking footwork, from time to a Deo technique Shapeshift Great Art. Let these cultivators secret place in the complete Hun Yuan and fear. You are too deceiving, even fleeing does not want us to escape, want to kill us all here, I fight with you. In the eyes of three cultivators, there was an unusually sinister look, and at the same time, the most powerful pressure box Great Treasure at the bottom of the box was moved. The three Dang squatted with the terrifying brilliance, and they came out from the three men and headed to Ling Longtian. Weisuo also changed his face slightly in an instant. Some of these sect master and old antique level characters can't even see through Ling Longtian. At this moment, the three cultivators' brilliance and powerful energy are almost the same as Divine Mystic Great Treasure, and Ling Longtian is oppressed. In the air,